Germany is one of the 4 biggest economies in Europe, and the public transportation systems in German cities are the best that Europe has to offer. As a transportation hub in Western China, Chengdu has 21 million people, which is a quarter of the entire population of Germany. This makes Chengdu a very typical representative of the Chinese public transportation system.
That's right. It's me again, your traffic host, Jeremy. Right now, I'm in Chengdu, China. The time is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is my friend, Vicky.
Hi, I'm Vicky. I lived in China for 2 years to study Chinese. Now I live back in Germany and study in the Netherlands. Right now it's 8 a.m.
Between us, there's 6 hours of time difference. But would the urban public transportation system in China and Germany be that different? So these days, Vicky and I have prepared the best video guide on public transportation in China and Germany.
So right now we are in Düsseldorf, where the Chinese company Huawei's headquarters are. Around 640,000 people live here, and it's the 7th biggest city in Germany. So here's the bus station, as you can see over there. So you can buy the ticket either at the bus driver or online before. I don't need to buy a ticket because I have a subscription, and it's 60 euros a month, and I can take all the buses and trains in the designated area. In some buses and trains, you will find a ticketing machine. There you can just buy the tickets on the train or bus. A one-way ticket in the A3 level price category costs 3 euros and 10 cents.
Do you think 3.1 euro per ride is too expensive for you?
I still find it a bit expensive, and I personally would rather take the bike and walk by foot if I can. And especially in Germany, you have a relatively bike-friendly country, so we have specific lanes for bikes in especially bigger cities. So in German buses, if you don't press the button, then the bus won't stop, especially on the countryside when there are no people. The bus will just drive past, so remember pressing the button. In most parts of Germany, you can board public transportation like buses, subways, and trains without a ticket, but there are some inspectors who will check the tickets at random intervals, so they can catch you when you don't have a ticket. So the people will just ask you for their ticket, and if you don't have one, they will have a penalty for you, about 60 euros or so.
60 euro, that is a harsh penalty. In China, to take a bus, it can cost 2 yuan in cash, and you can also use this app on your phone or use your bus card, and the cost is just 1.8 yuan per ride. For senior people above 60 years old, they can even ride the bus for free.
I personally think the prices in China are relatively cheap. Especially, you can always use your phone to pay and buy it wherever you want. Where in Germany, you always have to use cash, and in the modern places, maybe you can use card.
You can see on the front seats, you can lower the tray table. There's where you can put your cup. Your phone is dying, it's running out of battery. There's a USB plug where you can charge your phone. And here you can adjust the seats until you can sit comfortably.
So now we're in a metro station, and like in most of the German public transportation, there's actually no ticket control, so you could board the train without a ticket, but you might be checked. The German subway and bus tickets have the same price, and a regular A3 ticket within the city costs 3.1 euros. If you go to the airport or another city, you would buy an interval ticket for the zones B, C, or D.
The German subway system was first opened in 1902, giving it an impressive 120-year history. Because of this, many people think that Germany's major cities all have a first-rate subway system, when in reality, only Berlin, Hamburg, Munich, and Nuremberg actually have metros.
In other places like Düsseldorf, there are more Stadtbahn systems, which are similar to the light rail or trams, and they have a lower capacity than subways. So now we're in the metro. Actually, in Germany, you're allowed to bring your bike and your pet to the metro as well. And for bikes, you have to pay an extra ticket of 4.70 euros.
Well, you can even bring your own pet onto the subway train. That is so cool.
Currently, 49 cities in China have working subways. Chengdu's metro system covers 558 kilometers. making it the fourth longest in the country. With an average daily passenger traffic of almost 5 million, the subway is Chengdu people's favorite transportation method.
All right, right now we are inside one of the subway stations in Chengdu. In order to buy the ticket, you can either buy one of the tickets at the ticket machine here, or you can use the Tianfutong app in your phone, or even you can even scan your face. The price is different depending on the range of the travel. 2 yuan can cover 4 kilometers, and 10 yuan can cover the distance of 70 kilometers. If it goes up to more than 70 kilometers, it's 1 yuan per additional 20 kilometers. There are over 373 subway stations scattered around the city of Chengdu, so it's a very convenient and cost-efficient means of transportation. So subway station is usually a densely populated area in the city. So before you enter the subway station, you have to go through this fast security check. So you can enter a station like this. You don't need a cash, you don't need a subway card, you don't even need your phone, so it's very convenient. Also, you can see on the edge, on the side of the rail, there's a safety door, which is like a newly added function compared with other old subways in other countries. This is subway line 9 in Chengdu. As you can see, this is a driverless train. There's no driver on the front. So you got this futuristic feeling right now. And the speed is 100 kilometers per hour. And the fastest train in Chengdu is the line 18, which can be up to 140 kilometers per hour.
I really miss the subway in China. It was so much more comfortable.
If I remember correctly, I think our subway started the first line in 2010. That's like 13 years ago. But I think most of in terms of the construction and planning to operation, I think we've learned a lot from some developed countries.
Buses, the subway, and taxi maintain the traffic inside a city, while the country's railway system drives each city's economic development in different ways.
南投的茶为什么这么好喝？是这里的风景太美了吗？还是因为有了神明的加持？喝了一口，仿佛在南投深度旅游，太厉害了！
喜欢就常来玩呐！
好啊！
游南投，喝好茶。
就是爱住设计商，将复杂装潢学问与专业设计知识化为你我日常生活，
在生活美学的领域里打造屋主专属有的品味生活空间，
让品味生活不再遥不可及，
让每一个空间独一无二，
将美学结合在一个完美的好地点。
就是爱住设计家，带您实现家的梦想。
解中天的优质国际新闻。
我们开会员喽！欢迎大家加会员，成为全球大视野的一份子。
支持应援123，订阅、按赞、加会员，
全球大视野直播线上见。
9月份亚洲新心情。本月份双子座的朋友们，淡然的生活态度让你更快乐，坚定真心就能够不受到外界干扰啦。
今天是3月11号，我现在要买2个星期后的火车票，从德国的亚琛到荷兰的 Amsterdam。如果我们买明天的票的话，最少70欧2个人。现在我们来买2个星期以后的票，就是40欧2个人。这个40欧的最便宜的票是不可取消的票，这2个可以坐所有的火车，但是更加贵。你现在可以选电子票或者实体票，但是实体票要加6欧运费。如果你要预订座位，你还要加9欧，然后你可以选 PayPal 或者银行卡付款。在德国，大部分人都这么早买票，尽管我们的火车总是晚点。
So I see the price is constantly changing. It's like the price of the airplane, so it's always fluctuating and change a lot.
Yeah, it's not like in China where the high-speed rail fares are always the same and you can leave at any time. So we're at the train station right now, and as you can see, there's no security. So we're in the ICE now. Some of the ICEs are pretty old because they were inaugurated in 1991, but you can see the seats are much more comfortable than the RE ones, and the speed can go up to 320 kilometers per hour, so it's much faster and more convenient. There's a plug under the seat as well. On your seat, you also have a cushion for your head. And of course, there's also a folding table in front of you. Obviously, there are overhead racks for your luggage. Also, at the end of each carriage, you can find bigger luggage racks. So we arrived at the train station in Amsterdam. So what do you think? First, it took us 4 hours to come here, even though it should only take us 3 hours. But because of the delays and cancellation, it took much longer. Usually it is this way, so many cancellation, many delays.
The development of the high-speed railway system is connecting people in densely populated cities all over the world. In China, a country with a massive population, the high-speed railway system has developed incredibly quickly. It covers 42,000 kilometers, which accounts for more than 70% of the world's high-speed railway.
This is Chengdu East Railway Station, and it's time for high-speed railway. Right now, I'm gonna catch the train to Chongqing. After you bought the ticket online, you don't actually have to get the ticket. All you have to do is just scan your ID card and enter the station. And as you can see, there will be 81 trains traveling from Chengdu to Chongqing, and there will be about 80 trains coming back to Chengdu. Almost every half an hour, there will be 1 to 3 high-speed trains departing from Chengdu to Chongqing.
Oh wow, it shows really that the floating population between these two cities is really high.
As far as I know, in Chengdu, the population is over 21 million, and I think in Chongqing, there are over 32 million people. There's always constant and frequent economic connection, and there's a lot of cultural exchanges between the two cities. This is the first class seat, and you can see the city is still very large. The price is only 252 yuan. This is the second class seat, which is the most common seat in this train, and the price is only 157 yuan, which is pretty affordable. This is a business seat. If your phone is dying, you can plug in there's a power socket here. You can plug in to recharge your phone, and you've got a Wi-Fi here. You can connect to the internet, and you can watch TV. If you want to get a good rest or read some book, you can adjust the seat. There's different mode here. For example, there's a resting mode or sleeping mode here. And also you can rotate the seats to get a better view of the beautiful scenery outside the window. As you can see, even though the train is running at a speed of 350 kilometers per hour, it's going very quietly and smoothly. The distance between Chengdu to Chongqing is about 353 kilometers. Pretty much takes us exactly 1 hour to travel from Chengdu to Chongqing. From what I see, the price of traveling in Germany and China is so different. Sometimes the price in Germany is over 10 times higher. Why do you think that is the case?
Well, in Germany, actually, the labor cost is really high. It is known as one of the highest in the world. And because of that, most of the aspects of living are pretty expensive here. However, in May from this year, we have a really great reformation in Germany, and the ticket price will be the same for all over Germany. That means you have to pay 49 euros a month, and you can take all the public transportation, except of course for high-speed trains and planes.
For me, if I go travel from home to work, it usually costs me monthly is like 200 yuan. So compared with that, I think traveling in China with public transportation is much cheaper in Germany. But I think the reason for that, I think, is because the population in a big city like Chengdu is so big, and there are all kinds of peoples. They have different income levels. In order to make this giant mega city to function properly, you have to keep the public transportation cost low.
Well, so the costs in China are generally for everything much lower than in Germany, and the general happiness overall is much higher because you can do so much more things and afford so much more things. Like you can go to the restaurants or you can go out and play, which is sometimes really expensive here.
All right, that is all the fun facts Vicky and I put together on public transit system in our own city. What is the public transportation system like in your city? Any interesting and passenger-friendly feature you want to share with us? Let me know in the comments. This is Jeremy. Bye.
你下载中天新闻网 App 了吗？我想跟你分享一个下载中天新闻网 App 很重要的理由。NCC 关中天没收新闻自由，媒体寒蝉效应相当严重。但中天坚守第四权，监督的力量在中天。请立刻下载中天新闻网 App， 跟我们一起守护台湾。多一个下载，多一份力量。
My name is Evelina, and I'm from Kazakhstan. I'm a 19-year-old international student majoring in visual communication design at the College of Chinese and ASEAN Arts of Chengdu University. I came to Chengdu with my parents 13 years ago, and that time I started my wonderful life as a study abroad student in China.
在成都生活的13年时间里，我发现成都人吃的麻婆豆腐、宫保鸡丁、穿的束绣、看的川剧，这些匪夷文化早已和成都人紧紧联系到了一起。而我今天呢，要去打探一个有点特别的匪夷文化。
Chengdu, a mega city in western China, is a modern metropolis with an impressive 4,500-year history and a rich cultural heritage. The intangible cultural heritage site I'm going to today is located in Changlai, an hour's drive west of downtown Chengdu.
在外国说起瓷器，大家第一想到的就是中国。但大家知道吗？最早对陶瓷器进行彩绘装饰的就是四川的琼瑶，而这里呢，就是我们的琼瑶遗址公园，这里有近100年的历史。我今天呢是要拜访一位大师，他呢是琼瑶传人。
Many foreign friends of mine know about the mysterious Sanqing Dewey and Jinsha sites and the ancient shoe culture they represent. I heard that in 2022, CHANG Kiln was selected as one of Sichuan's 3 major national archaeological parks, alongside the Sanqing Dewey and Jinsha sites.
我还是第一次这么近距离的一次性见这么多的瓷器。何老师，我是伊芙丽娜，我今天专程过来拜访您的，我是来了解和学习琼瑶的非遗文化。
欢迎欢迎。然后现在我带你参观了我们馆里的琼瑶瓷器。
好，谢谢。何老师，我有个问题，就是这里都是从这里出土的瓷器吗？
对，这里所有的琼瑶的瓷器都是从我们这个1号1号出土的。当时发掘文物的时候，有1万多件这个精品。
According to Mr. He, the CHANG Kiln is an ancient private commercial kiln and one of the birthplaces of painted porcelain in China. Originating in the southern and northern dynasties, the CHANG Kiln thrived during the Tang Dynasty, boasting over 8 centuries of pottery firing. It is a famous ceramic kiln of ancient China. In the 1980s, archaeological excavations in Changlai revealed the mystery of CHANG Kiln.
琼瑶呢，它大多数都是民用器，它个缸啊、碗、盆、罐、钵。这些到最牛台山呢，省油灯，它就是琼瑶的代表的作品。因为当时宋代的诗人多有呢吼，而且提了一首词，叫“书灯我用铜盏，为瓷盏最省油。书中有尖刺盏，可省油之半。”哦，你可以猜一下这个东西他说是什么？
省油灯。
对，他就说是省油灯。它最大的特点呢就是中空，它是尖层，通过来中空注水， 冷水就是那个降温，然后就减少它那个油的蒸发，使其就省油。
I learned from Mr. He that the oil-saving lamp craft originated in the CHANG kiln. The lamp was very popular when it first appeared, especially among the famous poets and calligraphers because of its special contribution to education and people's daily life. These small and plain oil lamps show the indigenous creative talent of the craftsmen from that time.
何老师啊，我想问问您，就是琼瑶这个名字的来历是什么呢？
琼瑶呢，它是我们琼瑶境内的一个窑口的总称。一共有7处。这个里是最大的，我们进去看一下。
好。
我们现在在这个地方呢，就是琼瑶05年的时候发掘出来这个龙窑遗址。它是这个石坊堂遗址里面呢最完整的细坡状的龙窑，全长呢它有42米，它这个溶解量啊，起码日产10000件。就通过我们前面这个南河这个水轮码头，然后运往这个丝绸之路。
老师，我就是来自哈萨克斯坦的，当年丝绸之路也是经过了我的家乡。
对。
Mr. He told me that the CHANG kiln can be called the cradle of Chinese ceramics and is also the largest ancient kiln site with the longest history in southwest China.
琼瑶的产品呢，它就是通过南丝绸之路，我们琼呢，它是西双版纳的第一站，琼瑶的产品也是通过这儿向外面输出。
我从未想到自己脚下的土地早在1000年之前将琼瑶、蜀锦、蜀茶等商品运送到千里之外我的国家。
现在我就用这个琼瓷的制作技艺教你做一个茶杯。
之前很小的时候其实有做过，但是我觉得现在做的跟小时候的感觉是完全不一样的。我现在是感觉到这个泥土是活的，
沾个把手，
然后就可以倒水壶的那种。你觉得我做的怎么样呢？
可以。
可以给我打个分吗
？80分。
The beauty of porcelain contains the essence of Oriental aesthetics. Thus, the CHANG porcelain is no longer just a cultural relic, but the fruit of the wisdom of the ancestors in this land. The color of CHANG porcelain also represents thousands of years of history, showing Chinese people's efforts in intangible cultural heritage protection. China's intangible cultural heritage list includes thousands of traditional crafts. Among these, shoe brocade, shoe embroidery, bamboo weaving, etc. have been integrated into Chinese people's life. Now, as a cultural ambassador, I have traveled thousands of miles to study in Chengdu and soak in the profound and rich culture of this city. This unforgettable trip to intangible cultural heritage will also become the aesthetic base of my future artistic journey.